week 1 training video for the GPAC. We've got 17 plays that we're going to take a look at this week. Some will go pretty quick, so let's go ahead and get started. So in this first play, just a reminder that if we have a player who shifts, and we can see there was some confusion on this. You can tell from the beginning, some confusion by the offense. And you got a player who shifts. When he goes down, he needs to be down before that player can go in motion. Now, it's supposed to be a second. We know it needs to be, it can be a quick second. But in this case, that player was definitely going down before, or I should say, as this player went in motion. So we're going to have a foul at the snap, and we do not. So this is one, there's not a whole lot of judgment on this one. He's definitely shifting the line of scrimmage, goes down, and before his hand goes down, this guy goes in motion. So right now, as line of scrimmage official, you should be thinking you've got, illegal shift hanging. This is not a foul until the snap, because we know that they could call a timeout or something like that. If the coach knows that it's going to be a foul, there's a good chance he might take a timeout, depending on the situation and that. But anyway, just a quick reminder on that play. Next one we've got, I think the same. Nope, this is the same play, but the end of it. So again, just talking about, in this case, we would want our line of scrimmage official straddling that line. So you start out, generally with line of scrimmage officials, you start out with your toes at the, just off, toes just off the white. And so your toes would be right up into here. And then as this play develops, if you know the sideline is going to be threatened, you can straddle that line and have a little better look going down that sideline. We do get good communication with our short wing and our deep wing. And Sean's comment here is just like the touchdown play that they had earlier in the game, which we don't have that on training tape. But all right, next play here is one where I believe we're looking at a holding. So I'm going to go to this angle here, and the defender's beat. So we're on a kind of a red flag for a possible hold, and right there we got the grab and restrict, allowing that passer to escape the pocket. So if we go back now, if I go in slow motion there, you can see that grab and restrict right as there's contact with another player. But if we go back to our other angle, you can see, I can see why the referee, he's probably just not going to be able to see this because he's looking through it right now. We're still good. Excuse me. Right now is where we have the foul, but it's by this inside arm that he's kind of looking through. So even though he's in perfect position, he doesn't have an angle really to see that. And it's just one of those things that once in a while, we don't have a good angle, even though we're in the right position. So in that case, that's, you just might have one that you don't get. We had a center judge. That'd be a perfect one for the center judge to be able to see. But in this case, Josh is in really good position. Probably did not have a good angle to be able to see that there was a restriction that took place there. All right. This next play, couple things mechanically. So we're snapping the ball from the 10. So when we snap the ball from the 10, line of scrimmage officials at the snap, you should slowly be going towards the goal line. That's our money line. Oh, my bad. We've got our deep wings on the goal line. Okay. So, but we've got a pass play here. So this turns into a run. All right. And what do we have going on up there? Top of the screen. Okay. We don't need to give up the goal line here. Just stay at the goal line extended as you're watching those players. Okay, we don't, on a fade in the back corner, we might take a step or two back, but at this point, we would just stay right at that end line or right at that goal line pylon. Okay, so now in this case, we know our line of scrimmage official, our line judge has the spot until the 2. He's doing a good job knowing that this goal line is already covered by our deep wing. that he's should be looking at this potential block here. So should our deep wing at this point. All right, so knees down. And we do a good job of just putting that hand up because we're down in bounds. Even if we had a first down, we're not killing the clock. Looking, I don't see our back judge. Did we lose an official? Might have been down to 6 on this for some reason. Back judge is nowhere, but anyway, good mechanics by our deep wing in that case on that play. All right, on this one here, again, the same play. Knee down before the ball goes out. Good call. Good mechanics. Very nice work. Okay, so on this one, what we're going to look for is going to this last view. Number 18 is going to score, and then he's going to toss that ball a good 10, 15 feet up in the air. So we've got an unsportsmanlike. The problem is that ball is going way up in the air. You can see it's good 15 feet. There's our 10. 18 already had a UNS. So this is number 2. So Sean's comment here is UNS, yes. But knowing that we've got, this is going to be his second, if we had 2 flags, it might sell a little better. All right, so good point there. All right, next play. We've got, we're going to have offside by the defense. And watch our official here, our headline judge. Again, continue to officiate. We kind of hesitate there. And I think we're thinking maybe of blowing it dead, but we don't, which is good. We don't want to do that. But continue to officiate. You should be looking now at this play. And comment here is defender's not playing the ball, so he doesn't get much leeway on any contact. And we do get a force out, so that would be DPI, and definitely had a catchable pass. So let's go take a look at another angle here. We'll slow it down here. This ball's in the air. I love our position here. Okay, we're back beyond that second limit, at that limit line. That's good. That's where we want to be. He's kind of turning back, but he definitely forces him out of bounds. So that would be enough for a force out. We've talked about that. Be careful on those. If you're not sure, let it go. But in this one, I think I agree that we would like a foul for DPI. Next play. So on this one, so I'm going to go back and watch this player right here. Back a little bit. We definitely, this would be a false start. I mean, he missed the snap count. Okay. So we should have a flag right now. We don't, but if that's the case, we definitely have 5 in the backfield. So we get a snap at a weird time. I think it cuts us off guard. We don't have any flag, and we should have had one for false start would be the best. Especially remember, if they move and you're in doubt, because it's not just a little bit of a flinch, but if you got defense that points it out, then we flag it. All right. That's a philosophy all the way around the board. Okay, in this play, both players are hand fighting. Remember, if they don't get into the body being the shoulders, the chest, the head, then hand fighting, we're all good. Okay, and now the defender's looking back for the ball, so now he gets a lot of leeway. Unless he has an arm grab or an arm bar, that's going to be that restriction we would need in this case for this to be DPI. And again, this is just not big enough. A good no call. Don't think we get a good angle. Nope, no angle at all on that one. There it is. You can see there's just nothing there. So good job. Good decision. All right, on this play, oh, this is an interesting one. Ball gets tipped. Really good position here by our short wing. He's well off the, well back, and he stays, he just goes back. Let's just watch his movement here. He's on the goal line extended. He gets there. The one thing he could do is as you're going back, you can, from the wherever you were, you must have been inside the 7 or at the 7. As you are going back, take this angle so you don't have to retreat so much after the fact. But he does do a good job of staying on the goal line and just going back and making good judgment. And you can see now we've got these two officials making the ruling. Our deep wing is in excellent position. And you can see we get a little point here by our short wing saying, yep, I'm good, you good? And then they go up together. So excellent job. It's exactly what we want to see. Okay, on this play, let's go to this view. So we're going to have a takedown, and we know that deep wing has our gunners. Okay, so open field takedown, that's an automatic. That's an easy one. So take those easy ones when you get them. All right, and then our judgment. So the kicker got ran into. If we think he flopped or if it was not enough for a foul, give the safe signal, and that shows I saw it, I've got nothing. All right, and then you can give that true communication on how the kicker got to the ground over the 020, so they can explain to the coach if they need to. Let's go back to that one real quick. So again, if we've got this hold, this is during the kick. We know this is going to be a PSK foul. So we need to make sure we have a bean bag. In this case, ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be the end of the kick. So we would be enforcing it from that position. I don't know if that's 5 or 1, but on this hash is where we'll be going back 10 yards for this hold that occurred right up there. All right, next play. We've got, so this is side judge's key, but the back judge ends up with a lot better look at this. We got to grab and restrict right there. You can see where he does it. It opens up to the back judge. And Sean's comment is here, is it looks like this foul occurs at the 4-yard line. And he's saying, good habit, just still confer with the official whose key it is before you report it to the referee. Here, flag comes in from our back judge. I believe we come in, we give a preliminary. If you're going to move your flag, do that before you give your preliminary, okay? And then you can get on your 020. So we do give the preliminary, then we move our flag. So mechanically, we want to move that flag first if we're going to do that. And then, if they occurred at the 2, we're going from 17 to the 2. In this case, if it occurred at the 4, then we would have a spot foul to the 4. Short wings, you can hop out a lot. It's really hard for the deep guys to know exactly where that occurred. A lot of times the short wing, gets to it late so he doesn't throw, but he might know where it occurred and be able to help out. This play here, just nice job by the crew of allowing the defense to match up. So if we go back here, we've got a sub going on right here by our offense, guy coming in late. So in the defense gets time to match up. Umpire comes in, stays over the ball until it's released by the referee. So good work on that one. All right, on this play, we've got, so this one, we are in bounds, kind of hard to tell, but we are in bounds, but we're under 2. So good job of knowing that since we're under 2, we are going to kill the clock for this first down that is in bounds. We look at the other view, you'll be able to see here that he does go down in bounds. So we do a good job. He's definitely going down in bounds. So good job of killing the clock, knowing that we're under 2, so we need to stop that clock. Good work. All right, next play. We've got, okay, so let's go back and take a look. We got a bunch, right? So if we have a bunch, that means that we should have our short wing on the pin, head pin. We should have our deep wing on the head pin, and we should have our back judge on the head pin. So we should have 3 sets of eyes on that head pin of the bunch. He's the only one engaged, so we should have 3 guys who are making a judgment on hands to the face or not, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but then there's still no one else is threatened. All 3 should still be looking at this, and this is definitely a hold. That's a takedown. Okay, that's defensive holding. So now we need to get the 2-step process. We look back. Quarterback is still upright with the ball, definitely. Okay, so we would have defensive holding foul. Okay, and Sean's comment is here is grab and restrict, allowing the quarterback to escape the pocket. So we'll just go with that one in slow motion so you can see. Okay, so if that would be enough for a foul, then we've got a live ball by the offense, live ball by the defense, and we would offset those. Okay, so I don't know why we had a dead ball UNR against the defense. Must have a dead ball foul by the defense after all this, so that would take us half the distance. Looks like maybe something going on up here. All right, next play. Okay, on this one, so the defender is not playing the ball. He doesn't get very much leeway at all for early contact. Okay, so clear early contact. Remember, red flag first is he's not looking back. Second red flag is the ball's underthrown. Okay, so now any contact, we're gonna have a foul. So Sean's comment is, I know that he catches it, but if we have offensive holding at the line, we would offset these. So that's why we want to throw if we feel it is a foul. And back judge is in really good position here. With where he's at, he might be kind of straight lined, unfortunately, to see if there's a grab or not. So, if in doubt, don't throw. Okay. But point is, if you have obvious DPI, even though he catches the ball, we want you to throw yet because we could have offsetting fouls. Good movement by our back judge on that play. Oops, sorry. Next one. Okay, so remember, they're always going to be, outside the frame of the body, right? And they're going to be grabbing, or they're going to be locked in, in that chest plate of the shoulder pads. But it's when they let them go, and do we see a restriction? We need to see either the feet get stuck, or we need to see a shoulder dip. Okay, and there's our shoulder dip right there. So I go back and go in slow motion with this. We're good, we're good, we're good. Boom, right there. There's our shoulder dip. That's what makes this a foul. So good flag there by our official, and continuing to officiate. Nice work. Nice work all the way around. Let's look at if anyone else should be looking at this block. So, our back judge is going to be coming in inside out, right? Our back judge is going to have that block. We know our L is going to be on that block, but our F is also going to be on that block. So could we have 2 flags? Yeah, we could have 2 flags on that by our deep and our short wing. Good work. Potential for out of bounds there, but when he's going that vertical, you're going to give him more leeway, excuse me, on a possible hit out of bounds. So good work. Next play. All right, so from this angle, it looks like he might be playing through the back. I'll go through and go in slow motion. We'll continue to run it through. Looks like we might have a foul for through the back. All right. It's definitely not bang bang. That's one thing I want to get across. This is definitely not bang bang. Okay, this is early. There's the contact and there's our ball. All right. If we look at the other angle, you can see, I think the judgment of our officials were that this guy got his hands out in front and touched that ball probably about the same time that, or just after that contact occurred. So, if you're in doubt, don't put a flag down. If they're coming at different angles, then you could have that contact. And even though it's early, if they're coming at different angles, then they're both playing the ball. But you can't go through the back early. So this is a borderline one, definitely. But again, when in doubt, we want you to leave that flag in your pocket. So on this one, so this is a good job by the crew. We've got a defender that's going to come in the neutral zone here, and this guy's going to react. He is not adjacent. You get one away, and this guy's not. He's got another guy inside of him there, so that is not going to be a DOF. That's going to be on that offensive player. Watch it again. There you go. Good work. Next play, that's it. All right, so just over 21 minutes when we're all said and done. Good job, week one. Stay in the book. Have good pre-games. Learn from the training tapes. Learn as a crew. Be going through your games. Be sending plays to each other. Working on getting better all the time. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you again next week.